If what you want is a more detailed explanation of narcissism, narcissistic personality disorder, and malignant narcissism, which are complicated concepts in and of themselves, please see the links in the description of this video. But if you are ready to hear what I consider to be the top 10 danger signs that indicate you need to get out of a relationship with a narcissistic person or someone who has NPD, then stay tuned. We're going to go through that right now. Number 1, he or she manipulates you into a situation that costs you money, or a situation that gets you into legal problems or compromises you in any way, particularly compromises your health or your safety. Now, here's the thing. You're going to get manipulated if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, one way or another. But this type of manipulation in particular, where you are significantly compromised or your well-being is significantly compromised, this is not acceptable, and it indicates further dangers ahead. Number 2, chronic lying, and then chronically lying to cover up those lies. This is also known as gaslighting, which we'll discuss more in future videos, but it's that combination of lying and then going back and lying to cover up the lies. So I never said that. I don't remember saying that. That's not how you remember it, that sort of thing. That doesn't bode well. Number 3, exhibiting persistently reckless behavior that endangers other people. So if this person is not, say, 13 years old and they're continuing to exhibit reckless behavior, thoughtlessly reckless behavior, dangerous, that's an indicator that you need to get help. Number 4, financial, legal, emotional, and most especially physical harm. If this person is causing you harm in any of these ways, or harm to another person in any of these ways, it's time to get help. Number 5, this person exploits a child in any way. And that means exploits or harms a child in any way for any reason. Of course, there's no appropriate reason to exploit or harm a child. And when I say harm, I don't mean punish, I don't mean consequence, and I don't mean limit set, I mean harm, and I think that's pretty clear. Taking pleasure in your pain or the pain of others, there's a German word for this that I can't pronounce, but sadism is very scary and pretty obviously not acceptable. There is a subset of narcissists, particularly malignant narcissists, who are also sadists. And so that's very clearly a danger sign. He or she harms you or a loved one physically, no matter what the reason. There's really never an appropriate reason for physical harm, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter what your child does. It's an unacceptable risk factor. Number 8 is substance abuse. And while I understand that substance abuse is an illness and not a moral failing, it's on my list because the combination of substance abuse and certain types of narcissism, particularly malignant narcissism, is incredibly dangerous and can result in a whole bunch of disastrous consequences. So ongoing substance abuse with no attempt at recovery and no interest in sobriety is on my list and is a danger sign. 9 and 10 are closely related. One is you feel afraid. You feel like you're walking on eggshells. There's going to be an explosion. You're living in a world of landmines. It's an indicator that you need to get out. And the last one is that your spidey senses are up. We have really good antenna as human beings when we're in danger, and it's a good thing to pay attention to that, particularly if you have children. So if you're living with that sense of dread and something bad is going to happen, pay attention to it. All narcissists are toxic. None of them are good for you. So it's important to remember that although they may not all be dangerous, they are all toxic. But only some of them are dangerous, not the majority. but some, and some of them are very dangerous. You need to pay attention to these signs. So what do you do if you need to get help or out? You know that you have some of these things going on. Limit your interaction with the person as much as you possibly can. You need to accept that they won't change. As I said earlier, if you see any of these 10 signs, I want to say this person isn't going to change. I'll give it this much. They're very unlikely to change. If you feel like you need to confront the person, wait until it's safe to do it. No matter what, they can be very dangerous. Earlier in my other video where I talk about particularly malignant narcissists, I emphasize that when confronted, they can be explosive, they can be verbally aggressive, they can be physically violent. It can be extremely dangerous to confront them. So you want to wait until you know for sure that it's safe. You also want to gather your support people around you, the people who love you. This is when you need them. So get those people around you, get them close. And then the last thing, which I really shouldn't have put last, I should have put first, is to get help from professionals. There are lots and lots of people who know a lot about this kind of situation. There are counselors, therapists, doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, all sorts of people, social workers who know a lot and are ready and willing to help. So get help from professionals sooner rather than later. If you need more information on relationships, codependency, narcissism, see the links in the description below. There's also some books that I recommend highly in my book club and a journaling link that I find very helpful with a lot of people I work with. Good luck to you. Again, take a breath. This is Dr. Schwartz. This is Psych Talk, and I will see you next time.